All right, guys, today we're going to be working on area. And for area, we need to only use the radius. So first we're going to say that this is our area notes in your notebook. Make sure you're writing them down because this is a little more difficult than circumference. So we're going to take our circle that we've used before, right? But this time you have to make sure you know the radius. You have to have the radius for the area formula. If you look on your formula chart, you're going to see that the area equals pi, and then it has the radius in there, r, and then it has that tiny 2. You remember from yesterday's warm-up that means squared, or that's an exponent, right? So that means radius times radius. We're always going to write that out. So you always have to get the radius. So when we do these problems, we're going to write R, D. We usually go ahead and leave the C so we remember which one we're looking for, and then A. So then we'll write whatever the radius is here, and then I usually either box the A or the C, whichever one I'm looking for. So whatever I'm looking for there, I try to make sure I remember. I leave the C here because that's something that's easy to calculate. You know, you just multiply the diameter times 3. Like radius times 2, diameter times 3. Area is not that easy. So I like to leave the circumference there so we remember that's something different. All right, so let's look at our first problem. So draw a circle. We're going to put that our radius is 3 centimeters. So then you're going to write down your area formula. Area equals pi r squared. Remember, the area is talking about like to cover this circle, to completely cover it. Remember how circumference went around? Well, area is to cover. All right, so let's get started plugging this in. So we're going to bring down our A. Like always, we're going to save our pi for last. Our radius is 3, so we're going to put our 3 in. And now what I'm going to encourage you to do is then write it this way. Instead of putting 3 squared, which we saw in the warm-up yesterday, a lot of people struggle with those exponents. Write it as 3 squared means 3 times 3. So just go ahead and write it right there so we don't forget and accidentally make a mistake there. 3 times 3 gives us 9. Now I am going to move it in front, so we're saving our pi for last. If you remember from circumference, when you have an answer like this, you actually have it in terms of pi. That doesn't go away. We know that the area is 9 pi's, and that is the same general thing as circumference. Now you can do the same thing as that. We can estimate that. We can say the area is 9 times 3, which is about 27. Or we could say we could find the actual area equals 9 times 3.14. And this is only in case of like none of these, they didn't want it in terms of pi. The estimate wasn't close enough. Now we had to multiply by pi. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 1 is 9, 10, 11, 12. 9 times 3 is 27, 28. So our area is 28.26 square centimeters. Notice that that's really close to our estimate of 27. So if you have your R, D, C, and A, we know that our radius was 3, making our diameter 6. Notice that 6 is nowhere in this, right? That was only for circumference that it showed back up. Our circumference would then be 6 times 3, 18, times 3 because it's times pi. But our area ended up being close to 27 or 28.26. So just double check that there that you understood. All right, we're going to do one more. I don't want to stretch y'all out too much. We're going to do one more type. And that is when they give you the diameter. So draw another circle. And this time we're going to know that the diameter is 10 meters. So then write down your area formula. area equals pi. Notice we need radius, right? We can't use that diameter. That has no part in our formula. So we have to come over here and go, okay, what's the radius? Well, the radius is 5 meters. So if they give you the diameter 10, then you know the radius is 5. We know the circumference is close to 30, right? 30-ish. And we know our area, we got to use this formula. It's not something we can just do off the top of our head. So our radius, we said, was 5. Okay, that's a fun game. So area equals pi. Remember, we're going to write that as 5 times 5. So our area is 25 pi. Remember what that's called? In terms of pi. Okay, we can do a little quick estimate. 25 times pi is close to 25 times 3, which is 75. So our area is close to 75. The actual 0, 7, 15, 4 times 2 is 8, 2, 6. $78.50. So we got 78.50 meters squared for real, or a good estimate was 75. Notice they're in square because it's area, right? All right, if that was way too quick and way too confusing, don't hesitate to just wait till tomorrow. But notice everything is starred on iExcel, so you can also give it a try there. Go back to Schoology and do the practice that's linked after this video.